The video this way, and what happens to color? I'm going to give it a little contrast. Just bring a little bit more into focus over here, right there. And we're going to give it a little color intensity. Just bring back a little color over here. Now we're going to take away a little bit of the brightness over here, like a little bit more intensity of the color. Maybe take away a little of the brightness, more of the color, more of the brightness. Okay, so this is what I want to talk about, is because you think that what you think is actually the right way to think, this is where everything begins. The first question is this way? Should I be thinking this way? Should I be thinking this way? Now, why ask the question? Because as you can see in the background, is that there's too much brightness, not enough contrast, too much color intensity, the auto white in the background. So everything was made for these eyes to see. Because you don't have 20/20 vision, what are you actually seeing? You have an impaired vision. Means you're pairing up with something else. You're being able to see something else because you can't see the perfection of something that you're actually looking at. So when you go to a stop sign or you see a hexagon or something, understand the different kinds and the different sizes. First to start, let me see if I can fix this bright and color up over here. Okay, and maybe the color intensity, I don't know what that. Okay, let's leave it at this. So in this one, it becomes the candy wrapper over here in the first one. So if you ever heard of any terminology, the candy wrapper, well, you're going to start thinking about, let me just get rid of this. I'm going to have to get this sound a little bit lower. It's a little loud, the sound. Okay, so it's still a little bit loud. Okay, so now I'm going to make this a little bit bigger. So you have the 1 by 1. It creates an X automatically on each side. And there's an area space in between to create this part open space. When you have this open space, we call that, I like to call that the Earth space. The only way for Mars or the Queen to come in is here and then over here. So you now turn the 9 lives of the cat or the dog on an angle. It's the only way in. Mars is made with Mars is V1 and Earth is V2. Life 1, life 2. The letter V in the French language says that. Here it is 1 by 2, and this is what's left over. 2 area spaces. Note that every area space is going to have a full value. Here, where I went 2 by 1, has no area space. You see here I went on the slant with Mars. Here I went on the length. But here, I can create both Mars and Earth. So there's 2 lines for Earth here or 2 lines for Earth here. So both Earth and Mars can come in. Mars is the single line divided. And then Mars comes up over here. Again, it's the only way Mars can come into this game. And then over here, that angle. Now, here's another one. Not like this, not like this. Nothing else can happen in here. What do we call that? This is the 3 by 1. Here, it becomes the 2 by 2 hexagon. 2 and 2, 4. You notice this? Just from here up to here, and then down here. One side to the other side. Here it's a 2 by 2. We're going to say go ape. Here we're going to say the cube of bar. The reason is the bar mitzvah is at 13. 13 or 31, it doesn't matter. And it's going to create DC. And it's going to create AI. And it's going to connect to the moon. Number 57. The mathematics of 1 and 3 will create 3 and 4, in which will create 7 and 12 equaling to 19, equaling to 7. That's why it creates this. Now here, I went 3 by 2. Now we're going to get the RAM. It's going to create 11. Over here, I went 3 by 3. This is going to create mass. It's also going to create rotation in the sun within Mars. So I have to understand how Mars is going to now fit into this. You see this one, right? Mars can only be a straight line, right? Straight line, right? But it's usually, it comes in as a straight line on this angle. It can't come in any other way. In a single area where Earth is involved, Mars comes in on a straight. It can't break one of these unless it's going on an angle. It can't break a cell. You see in here, I got two lines, so Mars is not in the center. How does Mars come in? Mars will come in this way. I have to actually take a good look at that. Do you understand? There's a corner here, so I'm allowed to start from here. There's another corner here, so I can start from here. Now we move on to the stop sign. Earth is involved in this one. Mars is involved in that one because of that. Mars is involved in that one. Mars is not involved in that one. Earth will be involved as horizontal, and Earth is going to be involved. Earth gets the center open spot, and again, Earth over here. Where Mars gets involved, Mars will get involved in this one on the angle. So the size of this is 1, 1. Size of this is 2, 1. The size of this is 2, 2. The size of this is 3, 1. The size of this is 3, 2. And the size of this is 3, 3. 3 here, 3 here, 3 here, 2 here. So how we match up the two. So now what we're going to do next is I'm just going to do this real quick. Right? And what we can do from here, let me see if I can get a little light on this because I can't see it. What we can do from here is, do I get this right? Yeah. So now we can create this hexagon over here. Can we create any other hexagons? We can create, see this part I need to create, see I need to come to here, right? And then here. Now I created this hexagon over here, right? I can also create what is the ring, right? I can create the ring out of this. So put a little dot over here, put the diamond in the center of the ring, and now you have the ring that fits. So this is a little bit about geometric shapes and where I get some of my numbers from. This is not finished. This is just a piece and a part of many pieces and parts that tell me stories because of the word and the value of the letters inside the word and different numeric, what do you call it, equations that create it. A1, A2, A3, A4. I'll explain that another day. Ask. Thank you for watching Raphael 7286 in a constellation of Pegasus, the Gateway.